Hi students, welcome to a tutorials video over solving two-step inequalities, and I am using IXL program just to get you guys familiar with the program. So we're going to be solving inequalities today and graphing the solution as well, okay? So bear with me here. And I'm going to show you how to use the program to graph your answers too, okay? So this is going to be helpful. Okay, two things before we start. When you're solving inequalities, you need to keep two things in mind for me, okay? First thing, always do whatever you need to do. Keep the variable term positive, okay? That means if it's negative, we need to move it, right? So that it becomes positive, okay? Why? Well, because we're solving for a positive variable, and when you're doing inequalities, whenever you have a negative variable term, you have to divide or multiply by negative. You have to switch the inequality symbol. And if you are keeping your variable term positive always, then you don't ever have to remember to switch the inequality symbol. Okay, so that's going to help you out. Second, because we are moving the variable term to make it positive, sometime it is on the left hand side, sometime it ends up on the right hand side. So wherever it ends up, you need to read the solution or the answer with the variable first. Okay, so if on the right hand side or wherever it's on the left hand side, you read it with the variable first. X is, okay, X is, or Y is, or E is, or H is, right? Read it with the variable first. These two things you need to keep in mind for me, okay? All right, so let's do this. First, because I need to keep my variable term positive, I need to examine. I need to say, okay, is this positive already? If it is positive, then I'm good. I do not need to move it, okay? Now, what I need to do is I need to move the number, okay? Because the variable is already positive, I don't need to move the variable, but I do need to move the number. So if I'm moving the -5, I need to do inverse operation. So when it goes over here, it's actually going to be +5, right? +5. And then I have to simplify it. So if I simplify that, I will end up being having 5h. It's greater than 5 plus 5, it's 10. All right. And now to solve for h, I have to divide by 5, right? So if I divide by 5 on both sides, I would get h by itself. And I do not need to switch my variable because it's already positive. I'm dividing by a +5. So 10 divided by +5 would give me 2. All right. So my solution here is h is greater than 2. You see how I'm reading that with the variable first, right? H is greater than 2. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to start at 2. If I click once, it's going to give me a solid dot. But you know that if the inequality does not have an equal, no equal, okay? So I'm going to type that in. No equal sign means open circle. It means open circle. It means open circle. Okay? If you have an equal sign, if there is equal sign, then that means closed circle. Okay? This is in your notes, by the way. So this is an open circle, so I have to click on the dot again. Okay, so if you click on the dot, it's gonna just switch back and forth for you. Okay, closed circle, open circle, closed circle, open circle, and we need open circle. And because we are greater than, we need to travel this way. Now you got to travel all the way to the arrow point and click, because if you don't, it's going to stop right here at 3, and then it won't count any of these, right? But our solution is all of them. All of them. Anything that is greater than 2 will work, right? So we have to travel all the way to the arrow key and click there. Now, if you don't click on the line again, and then it will disappear, right? So 2, all right, open circle, move all the way to the left. I mean to the right, okay? So, and then I'm ready to submit. Okay, so a lot of the students are gonna forget one of these things, and then they're gonna be penalized because the program is gonna count their answer wrong. So, all right, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so let's see what are we moving. So H is already positive, so we need to move the -10, right? So when you move the -10, it's going to become positive. So I'm doing inverse operation. So I'm going to be adding 10. Okay, and then I'm going to simplify my inequality. I get 7H. It's less than or equal to um, 4 plus 10 would be 14. And then I divide by 7. I get H is less than or equal to 14 divided by 7 will give me a 2. So my solution here is H is less than or equal to 2. Okay, so this inequality right here tells me that it's going to be a closed circle because I have an equal sign. So I start at 2. I click it one time only because it's closed circle, and notice it's less than. So it's less than, so that means I'm going to be going this way, but I have to cover all of the numbers, otherwise it will not count, right? So I have to cover all of the numbers. Hit submit. Yay. Okay. Once it starts to repeat, I'm going to start jumping level just so that you guys see some other problems. Okay, let's do this one real quick. Move the 9. So I'm going to be subtracting 9, right? So subtract 9 on this side, subtract 9 on this side. So I'm going to end up with 4z. 4z is less than or equal to 1 minus 9 is -8. And then I'm going to divide by a positive 4. Now notice, every time you divide by a positive number, you do not have to switch the inequality. It's going to be less than or equal to -8 divided by 4, and that's going to give me a -2. So my solution here is going to be z less than, right, less than or equal to -2. Okay, so let's graph this. You're going to start at -2 right here. And because there is an equal sign, we can leave it as closed circle or solid, right? Solid. And then we are less than, so we're traveling less than. Click and then submit. Yay. All right. Let's skip some problems because these are the same. They're repeating. Let's see. Oh, this one's a little different because it's got that fraction there, right? It just means you're going to be using inverse operation. That's undo the fraction. So let's see what we're moving. So F is positive. We're going to leave it alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the 1 over here, right? So if I'm moving the 1 over there, I'm going to be adding 1. So I'm going to be adding 1 to this side of the equation. So plus 1. Okay? So my inequality now becomes 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2, less than F divided by 2. All right. Now, to get rid of this 2, I have to multiply by 2 on both sides, right? So, because it's dividing. So undo dividing means multiply. So I got to do 2 times 2. And then that's going to be less than F. So my solution is 4 less than F. But see, here's the thing. When you read it that way, it's going to sound like you're doing less than because you're saying 4 less than F. So we need to read with the variable first. So we need to read the other way around. We have to say F is greater than 4. Okay, F it's greater than 4. So we're gonna say F it's greater than 4. You could actually change this and write F it's greater than 4. Okay, you could change it that way if you feel more comfortable reading it that way. But don't make the mistake of reading it this way and thinking it's less than. It's actually greater than. Okay, so I'm gonna go to 4. I have to click it 2 times because it's open circle. There is no equal sign. And then notice it's greater than, right? So I'm going to travel this way. Hit submit. There we go. Okay. Another fraction problem. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to jump level. So this one, G is already positive. So I need to move the -2 over here, right? So that's going to be plus 2. So I'm going to be adding 2. Oops, my pen didn't register, or my text didn't register. So I'm going to be adding 2 to this side. You can add horizontal or vertical, it doesn't matter. Add 2. And then I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to get g on the left hand side divided by 3 greater than negative 4 plus 2. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. You can check your calculator if you don't believe me. Now, to undo the 3, because it is division, I have to multiply. Okay, so g is going to end up being greater than negative 2 times 3 times 3. So my solution is g is greater than negative 6. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I am going to go to negative 6. I have to click it twice because there's no equal sign, and it says less than. Oh, I made a mistake. It's actually greater than. Oops. So it's greater than. So I'm going to go this way. I changed the symbol for some reason. Okay. So this is where I make the mistake right here, guys. This is greater than. And then I go over here and I type less than. Okay, so that's my mistake right there. Okay, should not have done that. Okay, so this is actually let me erase that, and I'm gonna write my solution here. G is greater than negative 6. Okay, so I'm graphing it this way to the right, all the way to the arrow. Okay. All right, let's submit this, and I think we did it right. Yay! All right, I'm gonna skip level. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump level. Let me delete that. Same thing, same problem. Oh, I can't jump level anymore. Okay, let's get us to maybe 90 or 95, and then I'll stop because these are gonna start repeating. So it's two-step. That means it's gonna take you 2 operation or inverse operation to solve, right? So the first is I'm gonna add, and then I'm gonna multiply, right? So I'm gonna add 1. I'm going to add 1. Okay, add 1. And then I'm going to take the result and I'm going to multiply. So y over 2 is going to be less than or equal to 1 plus 1 is 2. And then now I'm going to multiply. So y would equal or less than or equal to 2 times 2, 2 times 2, because I'm multiplying, which is 4, right? So my solution is y is less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to start at 4. And because I do have an equal sign, I'm going to keep it solid. And it's less than, so I have to travel all the way to the left. Submit. All right, one more problem, or maybe 2 more. I'll get us to the 90, and then we can stop. Okay. Okay. All right. If you do want to go all the way to 100 when you practice on your own, you are more than welcome to do that. You will master the skill. Okay, and nobody will ever bother you again. All right, let's think two step. What do we do first? So we need to move the 50 first, and then multiply the 2, right? So subtract the 50 and then multiply by 2. So what do I end up with? 48 minus 50. 48 minus 50, because I'm subtracting. And then that's going to be less than z divided by 2. Z divided by 2. Okay? And so what I end up with is negative 2, or negative 2, because 48 minus 50 is negative 2. And then z divided by 2. And then now I'm going to multiply by 2. So negative 2 times 2, because I have to multiply to get the 2 to the other side. And so what is that? That's negative 2. That's going to be negative 4, right? Negative 4 is less than z. Now, remember, we have to read with the variable first. So you got to read z is greater than negative 4. Okay? So you can retype this as z greater than negative 4. Okay, so we're going to go to negative 4, and we don't have an equal sign, so we're going to keep it open, and then it's going to be greater than, so we're going to travel all the way over here. Okay, so guys, when you're doing this on your own, take your time when you graph these, because one little detail is missing, it's going to count it wrong. Okay, even if you did the problem correctly. So just slow down, be careful, and double check. I've made plenty of these mistakes. Okay, submit. All right, one more problem and we'll get to 90 at least, right? Okay, so same thing, we're going to subtract 56 and then times 4, right? So I'm going to be doing this right here. I'm going to do 57 minus 56. I'm subtracting 56, right? And then that's going to be greater than n divided by 4. Okay, so what is that? 57 minus 56 is 1 greater than n divided by 4. Well, to undo the 4, I have to multiply. So I'm going to be doing 1 times 4, and that's going to be greater than n, because the 4 is it's gone, right? The 4 has been moved over here. So what's 1 times 4 is 4. So my solution is 4 greater than n. But then remember, we have to read the variable first. So I can rewrite this as n is less than 4. Okay? You feel more comfortable reading it the other way, then switch everything. Okay? So we're going to go to 4, open circle, so click again, and then less than, so we go all the way over here. Submit. All right, we made it to the challenge zone, and I think I'm going to stop because these problems are just going to start repeating themselves. You guys try it out at home. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, send me your questions. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next tutorial videos. Bye-bye.